Good morning, good afternoon, whatever that is your timing based on your location. So, I'm here because of the complaints I've been getting from some persons in my group. I have a group, a WhatsApp group where I try to be grooming people. I don't really know much, but having been in Saudi Arabia for nearly 2 years, so I have that burden and passion to help others, especially those that have that interest so that they will not make mistake. It wasn't really easy during my own time. So there are some things we were being told that I came here to realize that they were not really that real. But by the grace of God, we're able to scale through. So I don't think there is anything new to me now about the kingdom and the process of working here as a nurse. So there is one topic I want to talk about. Though I've really discussed that in my group, but it's more of typing, typing, typing. So, and I don't just get that time all the time to be typing. So most times I don't attend to people's question and I don't entertain answering question in DM. So I think it will be better I make this post. At least whenever anyone goes there, the person will be able to get that information, no matter the number of years. It will be there already done. So what I want to talk now is about data flow verification, which is one criteria for you to work here as a nurse or even all health specialties. It's a requirement which you must meet. So as a health worker here, you have to get verified by Dataflow group. It's a kind of specialized verification, primary source verification that you need to get. The verification is recognized, is the verification that is being used by, I think, all Middle East countries. Saudi Arabia is one of them. Every country, they have the means of verification of their specialty or their health workers. For Saudi Arabia, you go through data flow. Then once data flow confirm that you are okay, that is your information, your job history, your education is authentic, then the result will be submitted to data flow. Then Saudi Council Commission for Health, that is the body responsible for licensing of health workers in Saudi Arabia. So once you are done with them, they are done with the data flow, they will send message to the Saudi Council Commission for Health Specialties. So what is your responsibility? Actually, as we all know, this is supposed to be a confidential verification. So there are some things you might not really know. What you need is just to submit your genuine education qualifications, your work history. Through the work history, what they normally ask for is your letter of good standing, which you have to get from your current employer from your home country. You have to get that. They will state that they know you, you don't have any issue with them. Then finally, you have to get another, though that one is a kind of confidence, because what you needed is just to submit your qualification. For instance, if you're a BSc nurse, you have to submit your certificate, because from there they will see the school. If your school is well recognized, you don't need to do anything anymore. They will be the one to source the right website or email of that school. They will send a message in your absence. They know what they are sending them. I don't know. The only thing there is that you'll be getting a mail. Once they are okay with the report from your school, they will send you a feedback through the account you have already opened with them. Then they will also do the same with your workplace of work. So regarding the place of work, you have to send them a letter of good standing. You don't need to stress yourself and too much, because they will be telling you what you need to get. So that letter of good standing, whatever thing that you put there, once they pick the hospital, they will have to send them also a private message, the admin or whomever that is in charge, asking about you. Once they get the report they want, they will also give you feedback. We are okay with this. Then finally, they have to go through your professional body. For instance, I'm a nurse. in Nigeria, from Nigeria. So our council is Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. For other countries, we have Ethiopia, we have Philippines, we have Indians, we have Sudan. All of them, they have their own. There is always a professional body for all nurses, registered nurses. So whatever that is your country, they will get across to them. So once you submit that this is your country, they know your professional bodies already. So what is now left for you is that once they send that message to them, they will still have to do their own search and get the authentic email or address or website of that organization. That's your professional body. They will send them the mail still asking about you. So remember, ab initio, you have sent all your credentials, your certificate. So whatever document you sent, they have it. So what they actually want to do is to verify your own report with the report these people are giving them. So for instance, when they get to nursing and midwifery council, they'll be like, this is so person, he or she claim to be a registered nurse, registered midwife, registered public health for those that have that, or whatsoever. Can you attest to that? I don't really know the exact words they are using, but this is all about this. Remember also your registration number is there. So all these they have to verify. So once your council reply that letter or mail, then they will send you a feedback. So these are the three main bodies that do your verification. So on your own part, remember I've said it before, this is a kind of verification of the authenticity of your education, your competence, and the genuineness of whatever thing you are bringing to them. So talking about that, after you have done all this, I think it's better I start with the process proper. It's important that we know it's very necessary that you get this verification before coming to Saudi Arabia. Why I want to make this post now, I would have loved to make it a YouTube video so that I'll be able to share some things, but because of the urgency, I just decided to make this little presentation before the YouTube video is ready. Why am I making this presentation? I don't want to wait any longer because of the issue we have at hand now. One of the person that I wouldn't really say I'm the one helping her, but someone referred her to me, myself as someone already in Saudi Arabia. So we were actually taking her on the process she need to go through, but because of the rush and the whether I would say desperation or whatever, she cut corners. So at the end of the day, she wasn't able to do the data flow verification. Now she's almost 1 year here. Still, the data flow, they don't have it. Still, because you have to do the data flow before you be registered for prometric exam through Mumaris Plus. So, and without that data flow, you cannot work in the hospital. Cannot work in the hospital. So that is one truth they will not tell you. After the data flow verification, your report will be sent to the Saudi Council for Health Commissions. Yes, Saudi Council for Health Specialties, Saudi Commission for Health Specialties. Then they will now, that is when, after they got that result, you can now apply for your prometric exam. That is when you have arrived here. Actually, there are some countries that have that exam in their home country, but for my country, Nigeria, we don't have that center. We don't have that agreement with Saudi Arabia. So you have to come here to take that exam, but just within a limited time. When I came here, it was taking time. So they used to, like, we always be in the hiding whenever there is a kind of um, was accreditation or visitation. The Ministry of Health, they are going around the hospitals to identify with those that are not with the right licensing and other things. They are really that strict here. So you will always be on the hide, and you know how it's not really what you want to experience. Because sometimes they do make a sudden visit. So that is it. So because of that self, here, if you are in Saudi Arabia, you cannot work without your license. Yes, you have, because you have to take another exam here to get that specialization, a kind of classification. So with that, your data flow, you can now register for prometric exam. Once you pass, you will now be issued a license to be practicing. And that license is renewable. Yes, we know license is always renewable. So that is it for data flow, because it helps the company to know that you are whom you say you are. So I would rather go straight to the process. I would rather go straight to the process, but just know that data flow is a trusted verification process. So you need to go through it. Anyone that is telling you, you're a nurse, because that is what I normally hear them say, you're a nurse is a nurse, a nurse is a nurse. That is, I need to digress a little. When I was coming here, I was issued a license for maid, housemaid. Yes, that was what they gave me, housemaid. It's not really a story I want to tell. Maybe in a different video, when I'm ready for it, I will tell my story coming to Saudi Arabia. It was really terrible, but at the end of the day, everything was settled. They claim it's a mistake, but I know there are some persons that are in that issue. The point is that whatever visa you are given to, once you come here, that is what you will be working with. For instance, you cannot get the visa to work as a care worker for UK, or as a doctor in UK. When you get now to UK, you will now start working as a nurse. So that visa they are bringing in is what you use to work, because there's what they call a kama, that which is your identity, like identity card. That is, once anyone get that identity card, the person can be able to identify you. You are not, you are in Saudi Arabia, you are this, because they will have to place it. It's written in Arabic, but you, as a nurse, you are there. Whatever thing you are there, so that they will know that you are not um, a threat. So always they are checking that ikama. With that ikama, you can go anywhere in Saudi Arabia. So that is it. Eventually, when you come here, you have to take your prometric. I've said that before. So talking about that data flow verification, I would advise that you do it before coming here. The men, the people, sometimes they will tell you, "Yeah, people are having problem here." The point, always ask the people having, what process do they take? If in everything you are doing in life, if you don't take the right process, in most cases you have problem. Actually, I don't have a bad experience in Saudi Arabia. Sometimes I don't want to tell my story, because I notice that my story tend to be a different story from what others have. But whatever be the case, try to do things the right way. It might not be easy starting, but at the end of the day, I never regretted coming to Saudi Arabia, I must confess. So that is one good thing our agency did to us. So application for Dataflow, I wasn't the one that did my own application. It was done for us, but I was able to get the information on how it's being done. So number one, you have to apply. Everything, every verification is online. Just that once you apply, you put in your data flow, your email. Just in your phone, you have to type data flow verification. You might not be able to see it here, but I have it here. Once you put data flow verification, it will open. Then the next thing you have to do is to start your verification. It will be, the message will be popping up. Start your verification, you click. Then you will see different verification for what. We have community development, we have healthcare, we have finance, banking. When you click on health, it will open. Then when you click on health, you will also see different option of companies that are using this verification for their employee. Like here we have Saudi Commission for Health Specialty. That is the one you need for Saudi Arabia. We have Dubai Health Authority if you are going to Dubai. So all the Middle East country, they are using this. You see them, as many as they. Just as you are scrolling, you will see them. But my interest in Saudi Arabia. So I'm just showing you this. Is very easy to do it yourself. The only place you might have problem is in payment, because their payment is in dollars. So once you click there, it will open. They will tell you to enter your email. You enter your email. Just be following the message as it's popping up, so you won't have a problem. Once you get to your the payment, you're able to make the payment. You do your payment. Once they receive your payment, and they're okay with it, then everything is verified. Your account will be open. Yes, you will definitely, it's automatic, you get an account. Then from that account, they will send you the website you'll be following. Just be following up. The problem, like when we are coming, we are about 16 or so. The people, majority of people that have problem, they were actually registered, but they weren't following up. But I won't blame them because the agency was they didn't guide us well. So it's just that I'm used to checking my mails. I'm used to it. I even have that notification that once there is a message, it will show. So I'm always opening. So once I open, I see what I don't understand. I will send the man the message I'm getting. So some of them is in English, so it's very explanatory. So even when he's saying another thing, I say, but this is what I understood from what they are telling me. So that was how I followed up until the end. So that is it for data flow. At the end of the day, after you have done your verification to the end, you will now be issued a data flow verification report. This is it. It's like this. Data flow verification report. Remember, you'll be able to monitor your status in the account. Once you start, you will see everything there. So their report is in three stages. We have the report is either three of these: discrepancy, unable to verify, positive. Then what is expected is a positive report. They also stated what the meaning of all this. For instance, positive, the concerned issuing authority have confirmed that the submitted details are verified. So that is just it. So this is the report that is being submitted to Saudi Council for Health Specialties. Then when you now apply for your prometric exam, your record is already with them. So they will now know, yes, this is a nurse, for instance, a nurse from Nigeria. It's authentic that she's a nurse practicing in Nigeria. You can't just say it orally and they will take it. So you have to have a proof, and this is their own proof, data flow verification report. So that is it. Always remember that you're being verified for your education, then your work history, and your professional registration. The only thing that is expected of you is to provide the genuine information. If it's certificate you are sending to them, send the right one, because that certificate you have sent will go round. Whatever things, for instance, now you can submit your certificate. I'm a BSc holder. You submit your certificate. They can just take that particular report you have submitted, that your degree certificate, they can take it to that email or whomever they want to get that info and say, so this person got this. Do you think this is your certificate? This. So even when you do forgery, they will know. So the school will also check your name your name is always there because you have the day of your graduation. So that is it for data flow verification. It's good that you start telling, they will always tell you all these things you got to pay. If the agency will do it for you, you got to pay. But I will advise that it's even better that these people, they do this for you. It will give you a kind of relaxed mind because they have been in it. It's just that they will charge you. But your duty is to make sure that you're checking your mail and let them use your email so that you'll be getting the message directly. Anybody that is telling you that you don't need data flow to come to Saudi Arabia, my dear, you are in the wrong hands. That is why I want to stress this, because as I'm talking to you now, this particular lady, though she now told me that they want to push her, they are just pushing her. They are just pushing her from one place to another, no longer in the hiding. But I don't know, but I do. I promise I will help as much as I could. But just know that there is a limited thing you can do for anybody that is in trouble in this country, because you have to follow the right to. And those agencies in your country or Nigeria, they will not help you. Once you come here, it's a kind of your contract with them. It's almost finished. You have been handed over to the next stage. So whatever that is binding in Saudi Arabia is what will be binding on you. I don't really have much of this problem with other countries. It's always my country, Nigeria. So that is why I'm presenting this, because I know others, once they come, the next thing you hear them talking about is their prometric exam. They always have their data flow. Even those that don't have, their channel is straight. And can't really remember anybody that from a different country that is saying, I have issue with data flow. The problem they always have is passing prometric exam. Those that were deported there, the problem was related to passing their prometric exam. So that is it for this video. I hopeful that you gain a lot from this. So I'm going to tell you to keep the faith alive. It's possible. Survival in Saudi Arabia is very possible. I can't really think of what I like. I like here. It depends on you, Sha, but you are very free. You are very welcome. You can survive here. You can survive here. Just follow the right channel, and I promise you will not regret it. Eh? Thank you. You got to share. You got to like. You got to follow. I will start to be updating based on questions I'm getting. Okay? Thank you all for the audience.